As you can tell by the description, this is all about what's it been like in this first year of ownership of the NSX. So I've got some points I want to relay, things I think could be very interesting in knowing about. All the while you get to look at some nice POV driving as if you're sitting in the driver's seat to know exactly what it would feel like to drive the NSX. So enjoy. Wow, now I've got several points I want to get across. Everything from performance, styling, visibility, rareness, the comfort factor. I want to touch on all those different points, so be patient. Let's get right to it. So starting with performance, as you can tell right there by that little burst of speed, what can you really say? I'm not going to go deep into all the specs. You've probably watched videos talking about all the specs on the car. Yes, 573 combined system output is a lot of power, folks. Now keep in mind, I did add a tune which gave me a extra 100 horsepower on race gas, and so now you're talking close to 700 horsepower. But even factory, that is plenty power in a fairly light two-seater coupe. But what you're getting with the NSX, even stock, is a very quick machine. I think it's actually underrated. This thing is very quick, 0 to 60 times in the 2.8 second range. And so you have all the power you need to do what you're gonna do. So that kind of power is going to definitely equate to serious fun. Yes, you can get this level of power, performance from cars costing a fraction of this car. And so if you're like me, performance on its own is probably not the only reason why you buy a car, right? Look at those beautiful skies. Gorgeous day here in H-Town. Plane landing in the distance. So, fun factor is there. So I can't say enough about the performance. I was pleased with it the first time I drove the car, and I'm still excited every time I get behind the wheel a year later. You hear the snap, crackle, pops, as I call it, from the exhaust. Okay, and while we're talking about power, let me give you an idea of what 0 to 60, what that feels like in this car. That's 60, guys. 60 came that quick. Very fast. Like any car, especially the ones with this kind of horsepower, you obviously have to respect the beast, respect what you have. So be safe out there, guys. Practice safe driving. Most of my testing that I do for the videos, as you know, are on very secluded streets. So visibility, as you can see, this car has very narrow A-pillars. So you're getting unhindered, unblocked, good line of sight. I've never had an issue during this first year where I thought, wow, you know, I'm having a hard time seeing, or I've got a lot of blind spots. It is designed very well, good visibility, good seating position. The hood is so low, it's like you're looking at the edge of the hood. So kudos to the Honda Acura team on designing a supercar with tons of visibility. So I'm happy about that. All right, the next topic I want to talk about, someone giving a thumbs up there, is styling. Okay, I really think it's a timeless design. It's one of those love-hate relationships. It's kind of like the new Toyota Supra that just came out. And oh, by the way, we just added one to the garage. If you hadn't seen that video, go ahead and check that out. Same story there with the Supra as with the NSX. People waited a long time for these new generations to appear, and some people were disappointed. We all know the story. You can't please everybody. I take it for what it is. I don't necessarily want something that is a spitting image of the past. I'm okay with leaving the past in the past. Acura has always been about the future, hence the meaning of the NSX. They've always been forward thinking. So I'm okay that this car doesn't have a lot of design cues from the previous generation NSX. But I do like what I have. I think the design is timeless. I think it's going to still look very good 10 years from now. I don't think it'll look dated at all. The next thing that stood out over this past year that kind of goes hand in hand with the styling is the rareness. And what I mean by that is every time I take the car out, and of course people strike up a conversation, what is it? I've never seen it before. If I were to put a number to it, probably 9 out of 10 people that come up to the car and say something say they've never seen the car before. The car has been out for 4 years now. How many other supercars or cars for that matter can you say the same thing about? People have seen the Lamborghini Huracan, they've seen the Audi R8, they've seen the Ferrari Italia, they've certainly seen the Nissan GTR. Now granted, some of those cars have been out longer than 4 years, but for that many people to say they haven't seen this before, that puts it in the rareness category of hypercars. We're talking about the Porsche 918 Spider, the LaFerrari, the Porsche Carrera GT. Drop a comment, let me know what you think. Have you seen one in person yet? If so, how many have you seen? So that's been fun for me to go places, go to car meets and whatnot, and not only just be maybe the only NSX there, maybe one other, but for people to come up and say, I've never seen it before. That's just always been fun and remains to be fun. Well, what about comfort? You're probably thinking, okay, sports car can't be too comfortable of a ride, can it? Well, I'm here to tell you otherwise, and I've repeated it time and time again from my other videos. This car has one of the most comfortable seats I've ever sat in any car, period. So that's added to the delight in the first year of not only getting the performance and the fun and the great styling and the rareness, but it's actually comfortable to sit in. And that makes a difference. like I could drive this car for hours and not be impacted in the tush. Seriously. Another thing that's been very nice about this car is the quiet mode feature. It's nice to have a hybrid where you can completely go stealth mode as if you're riding around in a golf cart. It definitely comes in handy leaving the neighborhood early in the morning, going to car meets or whatnot. So let me put it in quiet mode. Engine just shut off. So we are rolling quiet. Now, of course, I have to be very gentle on the pedal, otherwise the engine will kick in. But you can go maybe up to speeds of 30 miles per hour in quiet mode, not using any engine, just electric batteries. Maybe I'll do a video soon on what top speed can I achieve on electric battery only, and what distance. How far can I go if I just want to go electric? Okay, enough of that. Bring the petrol engine back. So if you're considering buying an NSX one day, I hope this video helps you. I hope it helps you make that decision. I was sold the first time I saw it, and I'm still sold a year later. Got so much more content coming your way. Before you leave, please make sure you hit that like button and consider subscribing to the channel. I'll leave you with this. As always, it's been my pleasure to bring another video to you. Thanks for your support. I'll see you on the next one.